Donald Trump and drugs. No, I don't mean literal drugs in this incredible breaking story. I mean the drug of power. It is amazing to me, and yet not surprising, we no longer have anything associated with we the people. It's only me, the people. Because the number of folks who have denigrated Donald Trump and then done this miraculous twister game flip to then stand beside him should tell you all you need to know about the drug and the power of the drug of power. And that is exactly what's going on in this breaking story. You will not believe yet another person who is so close to being in a massively important position in this government for all Americans, and what he said about Donald Trump and now wants to kiss the ring. Let me give you 3 simple examples before I show you that story in just a few seconds. Let's start with good old Chris Christie, shall we?
That's a lie. And when he was doing all the things that he was doing with those documents, it shows exactly what a coward he is.
And Donald Trump revealing his newest weapon today, Governor Chris Christie, and the surprise endorsement, saying he's now behind Trump for president.
And now the man who's literally vice president and his twister game.
Once called him a moral disaster and, quote, possibly America's Hitler.
I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm definitely not going to vote for Trump.
The Washington Post reported new messages last week in which you also disparaged Trump's economic record while he was president, writing to someone in 2020, quote, Trump thoroughly failed to deliver his economic populism.
But that year, Vance said he did not vote for his own now running mate. In fact, Senator Vance once called himself a never Trump guy, saying on NPR, quote, I can't stomach Trump, and once comparing him to Hitler.
And explained you then voted for Donald Trump in 2020.
And finally, the person who's up to become the director of the FBI, just stone cold lying in his confirmation hearings to get that position, Kash Patel.
Are you familiar with Mr. Stu Peters?
Not off the top of my head.
He made 8 separate appearances on his podcast. He promoted outrageous conspiracy theories and worked with a prominent neo-Nazi.
So in this breaking story, when you want to wonder why we call Washington Trump's swamp, well, it's filled with people who are so swampy, they have zero integrity. They just want inside that house. Listen to this uncovered, undiscovered audio file of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Here it is.
You know, one of the things that you write so beautifully, and your stuff is so fun to read, but you write about Trump. Quote, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary function is to turn a blind eye to things. We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of cowards and bootlickers, and once those fleshy dominoes start tumbling into the Trump camp, the game is up. When you talk about fleshy dominoes, Chris Christie comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly.
The saddest part about this story is that will be of no shock to you. That is the saddest part. You know the benefits of being in the White House are extraordinary, almost on any level of being in or around the White House, when you have people of such supposed high integrity, or whatever they may be viewed as amongst their peers or supporters, who literally show zero integrity when they have the chance to kiss the ring. We don't have enough time for me to go into the long list of people who've kissed the ring and then somehow gotten out of the White House without being in jail, taken a shower, and suddenly start yapping about what a horrible person he is. Hey, how about we just start with the 3 Supreme Court justices, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Coney Barrett, all of whom sat in their confirmation hearings and said out loud when asked, oh, no, Roe v. Wade is settled law. and then proceeded to overturn Roe v. Wade. This is what Trump has littered throughout his entire White House. That's why we use the word sycophant. It's not done lightly. We say fascism, but just how about intra-fascism? That's how nice it must be, how good the benefits must be, the great health care the rest of us don't have, we the people, not. That's how fabulous it must be to be in and around the White House. It is such a drug. It may not kill you like fentanyl, but it sure is hell of a lot more addictive in so many ways because it affects so many other people. When you are a fentanyl, power, drug, Trump ring-kissing clown inside of his White House, because you are harming we, the people. Stay joyful, enjoy your life, hang in there, talk to friends, talk to those you don't agree with too, but stay frosty, please.